API Gateway previously required buffering complete responses before transmission, limiting REST API responsiveness. The new response streaming feature solves this by progressively sending payloads as they become available. You can now stream responses to clients, improving time to first byte performance for faster initial data delivery. Integration timeouts are extended to 15 minutes, allowing longer running processes. The feature also supports payloads over 10 megabytes, enabling direct streaming of large files without workarounds. This capability works with streaming-compatible backends like Lambda, HTTP proxy, and private integrations across all AWS regions and endpoint types. Managing backups for OpenSearch can be complex and time-consuming. Amazon OpenSearch Serverless now simplifies this process with built-in backup and restore functionality accessible through the AWS Management Console. You can access automatic hourly backups of all collections and indexes, which are retained for 14 days. When needed, you can restore these backups using either the API or the AWS console. This feature is enabled by default and requires no additional configuration, streamlining your data management and recovery processes. By providing easy access to recent backups and flexible restoration options, this feature enhances data protection and simplifies disaster recovery for your OpenSearch serverless deployments. AWS workloads often need to access external services, but using long-term credentials or complex workarounds can pose security risks. IAM's new Outbound Identity Federation feature solves this by allowing you to exchange IAM credentials for short-lived JWTs. You can now securely authenticate AWS workloads with external services using these tokens. The rich context in JWTs enables fine-grained access control on the service side. You can control token generation and properties using IAM policies and audit token usage through CloudTrail logs. This feature enhances security and simplifies authentication for AWS workloads accessing third-party services. Developers previously needed to manage separate credentials for programmatic access to AWS services, which added complexity and potential security risks. The new AWS CLI feature solves this by allowing you to use your existing console credentials. You can now run AWS Login to generate temporary credentials that work across AWS CLI, SDKs, and PowerShell tools. This eliminates the need for separate access keys, streamlines the development process, and enhances security through automatic credential rotation. To use this feature, upgrade to AWS CLI version 2.32.0 and the latest AWS SDKs. Contact centers need to understand and improve customer self-service experiences across multiple channels. Amazon Connect now provides conversational analytics for in-customer self-service interactions on voice and digital channels. You can analyze interaction quality, including sentiment and compliance risks. The system redacts sensitive data automatically. You can discover top contact drivers and themes to identify improvement areas. Using semantic matching rules, you can categorize interactions based on behavior, keywords, sentiment, or issue types. These capabilities enable you to gain insights and optimize your self-service offerings across various communication channels. Multi-tenant applications on AWS Lambda require strict isolation for processing tenant requests. Previously, this required custom solutions like dedicated functions per tenant. The new tenant isolation mode solves this problem by allowing you to isolate request processing for individual tenants within a single Lambda function. You can isolate requests by specifying a unique tenant identifier when invoking the function. Lambda then routes requests to tenant-specific execution environments, ensuring isolation. This simplifies building multi-tenant applications and extends Lambda's isolation boundary from function level to tenant level, eliminating the need for custom isolation solutions. Previously, AWS PrivateLink only supported connectivity to services within the same region, limiting cross-region access options. The new cross-region connectivity feature solves this by allowing you to connect to select AWS services in other regions of the same partition using interface VPC endpoints. You can now access services like S3, Route 53, and ECR across regions without public internet exposure or complex peering setups. This enables you to build globally distributed private networks that maintain data residency compliance while leveraging PrivateLink secure connectivity. The feature simplifies inter-region access, enhances security, and expands your options for architecting multi-region solutions using AWS services. As quantum computing advances, current encryption methods may become vulnerable. Amazon S3 now offers post-quantum TLS key exchange to address this concern. You can enable quantum-resistant encryption for data in transit using the ML-KEM algorithm, a NIST-standardized post-quantum cryptographic method. This feature, combined with S3's default ICE-256 server-side encryption, provides quantum-resistant protection for both in-transit and at-rest data. The post-quantum TLS key exchange is available for compatible clients and automatically negotiates the highest supported TLS protocol version. You can implement this security enhancement across all regional S3, S3 tables, and S3 Express 1 zone endpoints without incurring additional costs.